So this is a really easy play to go ahead and get into. You've got 3 base adjustments that you have to make right before the snap of the ball, and then after that you can make other adjustments to go ahead and lock things up. But for the most part, your opponent's going to have nowhere to go with the ball with this adjustment. Hey, this is Prometheus. Guys, if you're new to my channel, I try to provide different tips and strategies to go ahead and take your game to the next level. So guys, I want to talk about a defense for a very popular play that's getting used online by a lot of the top Madden players, even a lot of pro players. In particular, one of the players that I follow, I watch a lot of his content, is Cody Ballard. Cody Ballard, I would think, is probably by far the hardest working Madden YouTuber out there. He does regular streams. He tries to drop like 4 or 5 tips a day, and he really does master the formations and defenses he runs in and out. And he uses a lot of the meta plays. Guys, I want to show you basically a defensive setup that I put together to basically shut down one of his base plays. This is the base play that he actually uses to basically go ahead and kind of get an idea what type of opponent he's running against. And he keeps running this play until basically the play gets taken out. So I got 3 quick adjustments I'm going to show you and some base adjustments set up. So a common play that's getting used online is out of the gun bunch formation, and in particular the play that is getting spammed online is at the very bottom. It's right here. It's flood. Very common play that's going to get used. One quick adjustment or audible that most Madden players use when they play this is they'll go ahead and take the running back and put the running back on an option route. So he kicks out a little bit farther and then actually goes to the sideline if it's man coverage. But this defense is really designed to actually shut down the deep out route and a deep in route, which are some of the check downs, and it's also going to go ahead and take away the deep streak route that you can get beat over the top with, and it's going to take away basically the flat route by the tight end, leaving the only crazy option route that you're really going to be concerned about, which is going to be that option route by the running back. Now the defense I'm going to be using is the nickel double A gap defense, the 2-4-5, very common defense. You can pretty much find this in every single playbook. And the play we're going to use in particular is going to be the cover 1 hole. And we're going to make a couple fast adjustments to go ahead and attack our opponent. Now I want to go to the coaching adjustments. First and foremost, I'm usually someone who does not like using the auto flip, but for this particular play, so you can have better lineups, you want to go ahead and take your auto flip and turn it on. Also, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your auto alignment at man coverage. Play ball is typically what I like to run. And then quarterback matchup, you want to have, obviously most people are playing against the Packers, so you want to have your best cornerback chasing Adams all around the field. So you always want to have your best cornerback playing against the best wide receiver. Now, where you want to go ahead and set your zone drops is we're going to leave the flats as is, defaulted. The curl flats, we're going to drop this at 20 yards depth, and then my zone drop hook, I'm going to drop this at 15. I might adjust this to 20 yards depending on what my opponent likes to do, but these are my adjustments right here. Default with flats, curl flats 20, and hook at 5. All right, so basically with this particular play, we're going to make 3 quick adjustments. We're going to go ahead and do a quick adjustment with our linebackers. We're going to take our left out of string linebacker, which is going to be Griffin, and we're going to go ahead and put him in a seam flat. The seam flats play kind of goofy, where they actually will go up and fall back into the seam and take away an in route. On the opposite side, the O, which is going to be Brooks, we're going to go ahead and put him on a seam flat too. Now, the other adjustment, we're going to do the real quick adjustment. These are going to be the base adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and take my outside right of screen linebacker or cornerback. That's gonna be over. We're gonna put him in a deep half, and the reason I do this is that if I leave him man coverage, a lot of times the receivers will get over the top of him and give your opponent basically an opportunity to go and take a shot up top and get a one-play touchdown. So I want to take that away from this play, especially if my opponent's quick snapping it. Now this is your base adjustments. Just 3 adjustments. You're going to seam flat your outside linebackers. You're going to take your right of screen bunch side defensive back. You're going to put him in a deep half. And now you're going to go ahead and make your coverage adjustments. One of my coverage adjustments is I'm going to go ahead and shade the inside. I'm going to go ahead and basically do a pass commit. and then I'm going to go ahead and blitz my safety right here down to the box. And we're essentially what we're going to do is we're going to watch the middle of the field and look for the running back, but also look for this crossing right here. Now, this play essentially gets locked up across the board with these drops, and it's going to mess up your opponent on their reads. So let's go ahead and take a look at instant replay real quick and show you how this pretty much locks it up. These seam drops, they go to the outside, but look what happens. They immediately drop back in the seam, and they cut off that in-cut passing lane. So this is going to mess up your opponent's read. He's not going to be able to throw that because you're going to be there. The same thing happens right here with these seam flats. He falls back in the seam, and he's falling back into the seam, this out cut right here, taking away that out. Now the deep half, also once again, this guy is actually going to go ahead and just go over the top coverage. So if the guy actually leaves that streak, he's going to be there for you. And then finally, your route to the outside, he can probably hit this, but I can tell you, you're going to have a defender out there to go and take away that flat route, meaning that if he catches it, you're going to tackle him for a 2-yard gainer, and that's not what your opponent does. Now, the wild card position of this particular play is usually this route right here. And what's going to happen is we're going to have this double teamed, and I want to go ahead and bracket this guy right here, play down, take away his read in the running back, put 3 guys around it, and then actually come back up and take away the weakness of the zone. So that's the weakness of the zone of this route, is that this guy is probably going to get underneath that man coverage, and you want to get in that passing lane to take that away. So basically all of his progressions are going to be taken away, and as you can see, the quarterback with a high awareness is going to scramble out and have nowhere to go with the ball outside of running with it. Now if he flips the play, once again, it's still going to be the same type of a look. So it's really easy to set this up. I would say probably going ahead and putting your guy into a blitz is going to be a last adjustment, just so you have enough time to set this up. But once again, all you're really going to do is take away his passing lanes and force him to go ahead and throw underneath. So it's going to lock everything up. So you can see right here, this guy is actually, he's over the top of Adam, so he's not going to give up a big play. You've got him on the outside, him falling back into that zone right there for you. Your flat is taken away, and your responsibility is to take away the check down slash basically this crossing route over the middle. Now this is not really that bad of a base defense to use just in gameplay anyways. The defense to actually go ahead and use against your opponent is just a base defense. It's going to really go ahead and force your opponent to decide how they actually want to go ahead and make reads and adjustments. But this, you know, you're going to have guys down in the box to go ahead and take away the run. And you've got to have these zones just dropping in the middle of the field. It's going to take away a lot of those reads that your opponent has. You can see right now, you know, the computer doesn't have anywhere to go with it based on running stock plays. And this is just a really, really easy defense to go ahead and set up. It's going to force your opponent to go ahead and try to make the reads. And then what's cool about it too is that after they've actually tried to make adjustments on this, you've always got your back pocket blitz that you can use. It's so easy to set up. You can set up that fast nickel A-gap blitz, and now he's going to have pressure just coming in and actually developing them. So if he doesn't get rid of, if he's waiting for his routes to develop, this is just a great defense to go and jump into. So guys, if you picked up some pretty good strategies, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you have any particular defense that you like to run against that flood concept, let me know. And once again, I try to roll out, you know, weekly tips and things that I lab just to cause my opponents some struggles and stuff like that. And if you like this type of tips, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, also that notification icon, because I try to roll out regular tips and I also try to show you guys some gameplay. So thank you for support, guys. Until next time.